Mitä?还是越南六。Ja.
找个人给我拍两张照。
我给你们挨着，我看一下。
你知道干啥？你也说不清他干啥。
啊。
为啥你这个那么猛播？这个镜头这个这么猛播？
ladies and gentlemen, this is Councillor Adele Heisman, and I welcome you all to Manly Council. Well, this is the third annual Walk for Human Rights rally in Manly. The Walk for Human Rights is part of the wider commemoration of World Human Rights Day, which is held annually and are seeking only to exercise their rights under the law. The Chinese Constitution...
We are aware of what is happening in China. We are aware of what is happening in other parts of the world. I say, if you are aware and you do nothing, that makes you equally as guilty. You share those thoughts with me, and I want to thank you for taking the time to come here today to be a part of this, and to the people who are passing by here in wonderful Manly. Please stop and take the time and listen and soak up some of the information that's going to be passed on to you today, and tell your friends, tell your local newspapers, tell your local government representatives, tell your federal and state representatives. And then doing something to address this situation will become real rather than imaginary. Ladies and gentlemen, also here to support us today is the Mayor of Warringah. Would you please welcome Michael Reagan.
My son's 7th birthday today, and I was reflecting this morning knowing that I was coming here, and I had to write something to say today, and I thought, we often say in Manly, or Gene Hay will often say that Manly is paradise. I'll often say that Warringah is the world's best kept secret, and I'll often say too that the People's Republic of Pittwater up there, I don't know what's in the water up there, but we love them anyway. We live in the world's best part of, we live in the best part of the world in the northern beaches, and we're very, very lucky to be here. And I was thinking that we were born here, and this is where we live, and it should never, unfortunately too often around the world, where you live determines whether you live or die. And that's not right. It is an awful, awful fact of life that if you're born in one of these extreme poverty countries, that you might only live for 3 or 4 years if you're lucky. And that is not right. Where we are born, we're born here and we live here, and we are very blessed to be here. The tragedy that's unfolded on Christmas Island the other day, unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. We need to hold our federal politicians in particular accountable so that stuff doesn't happen again. I was listening this morning to the radio. Someone doesn't even know yet. He's locked up on Christmas Island yet, and he does not yet know that he's lost all his family. An 8-month-old, a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, and his wife. He doesn't even know, and he's locked up on Christmas Island. That is awful. And that's why I say to you, you need to hold us politicians accountable. This isn't a Green issue, this isn't an independent issue, this isn't a Liberal issue, this isn't a Labor issue. This is your issue, this is our issue. We need to do something, and we need to continue to be vocal about it. We need to hold us accountable. I want to say thank you very much to the many Amnesty International volunteers. I've been a member for 15 years, just doing my little thing, getting my postcards and getting my thing. I don't necessarily get involved in these types of things. But thank goodness for people like Steve and Tanya and Steve, your wife as well. Kazumi, thank you for all the work that you do and your volunteer work. Thank you. Get involved, everybody. Find out more. Talk to them. Engage. It is very, very... Engage your friends. Get them to sign up. It was wonderful to see them all at the U2 concert the other night, and down in Melbourne as well. They were just out and about. It is fabulous, and it's something that we all should do. It's only, I think, things like extreme poverty, it only takes 1 or 2% of your wage every week, every year, whatever, and we can start to make a real difference. And by ending extreme poverty, for example, it's amazing what a difference you'll do in ending all these sort of human rights abuses. I don't really want to say much more other than thank you very much for coming out today. This is great support here. Thank you very much for having me on the stage. And again, I just want to say thank you to the volunteers, the Amnesty ones in particular. Steve, you do a great job, mate. I hope you always get involved and get engaged and get your friends engaged and keep your politicians accountable.
Participants, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor on behalf of Nepalese Forum for Human Rights and People's Democracy to share with you a few thoughts about human rights situation in Nepal. Nepal had cherished a long history of being a peaceful nation. This long-term reflection of the country was shattered by February 12, 1996, declaration armed rebellion by Maoist group aiming to destroy the multi-party democracy and constitutional monarchical system. The implication of the decade-long war left a deep scare in the history of the country, costing the death of 13,000 people, leaving big mass disabled, destruction of infrastructure, and irreparable stress to every citizen in the form of war trauma. Even after these tangible and intangible losses, the silver lining is that Nepal is moving forward to its peace-building process with a unique phenomenon. The remarkable event was the Constitutional Assembly election that took place in April 2008 and was followed by declaration of Republic. Unfortunately, even though Nepal is now a democratic and republic country, the constitution has still not been written. This has in turn derailed the peace situation in Nepal. The decade-long armed conflict has witnessed serious human rights violation and breach of international human rights law. Victim of crime against humanity, war crime, extrajudicial killing, disappearance, kidnapping, torture, rape, and sexual violence and human rights violence are still waiting for truth, justice, and compensation. While impunity continues, state is not willing to carry out prompt and independent investigation in relation to ongoing violation. Abduction and killing by the Young Communist League, YCL, become like a daily routine. The motive of abduction mainly remained money in ransom and due to political issues. Maoist and its sister organizations continue to take the law and order situation into their hands. They continue to get engaged in illegal activities and create anarchy in the country in various pretexts. Political parties and their wings remains above the law. Political parties continue to take law in their hands and seems to remain above the law. Their members are involved on human rights violation and they are untouched by the law. Maoists continue to capture land and threaten to the villagers and teachers. Even the media was harassed and attacked. Situation of women's and child rights is not encouraging and remain vulnerable. Ladies and gentlemen, as Nepal is on journey to peace, democracy, and stability, a number of human rights treaties are particularly important for this transition to be successful and better protection and promotion of human rights to occur. Therefore, we demand Nepal government immediately ratify this FAN's Convention on Human Rights to Development, Convention on Migrant Workers, Refugee Convention, and Convention Against Transitional Organized Crime and its protocol. Immediately ratify the statute of International Criminal Court as per the directives of the Parliament. Accept the individual complaint procedures under Internal Convention on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination and Convention Against Torture. Ladies and gentlemen, I am seeking all of your support and solidarity on this demand. Last but not least, I would like to give my profound thanks to organizers who worked hard to organize this event. Best wishes to ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for your attention. Thank you.